We know that gender-based violence is any form of discrimination, any form of abuse that is actually melted on an individual because of their sex, because of their gender. So it could be a male, it could be a female. Of course, we know that with statistics, because 1 in every 3 women that you come across have gone through one form of gender-based violence or the other. So our focus is majorly on women and girls, but that doesn't mean that we don't engage men and boys, because in order to eliminate gender-based violence, then we must also be speaking to boys and men, because it takes the entire society to be able to say no to those very harmful practices. And gender-based violence can be in different forms. It could be verbal. Most time people talk about the physical aspect of gender-based violence or the sexual aspect. Yes, it's bad enough that this exists, but it could also be psychological, it could be mental, it could be verbal, it could even be economic form of gender-based violence. And those are issues that we really work on. Provide education. Education is important because there's a lot of myths and misconceptions when it comes to gender-based violence. In fact, for some women, for some girls, for even some men and some boys, they do not even know that some forms of violence are violence in themselves. We have the VAP Act, that's the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. It clearly states the different forms of this violence, but we go to some communities that we work with, like, it's okay if the husband should beat the wife. After all, she was been to, or why did she even leave the house without telling him? And the truth is, there is no justification whatsoever for any form of gender-based violence, whether it's rape, whether it's economic violence, whether it's hitting, domestic violence, or whatsoever. So we continue to sensitize them to understand the different forms of violence and to see how they can also eliminate and prevent it.